Okay, well, you know, we didn't go in any particular order, although you could say that we started with the higher classed teams, not higher class necessarily, higher classed. So we began 6-5-4. Let's talk about some small schools, man. Santa Rosa's off to a tough start at 0-2. They play at Progreso 1-1. Progreso had a hard time with Hidalgo. You think they can take out Santa Rosa? Santa Rosa's got some injuries.
Yeah, Santa Rosa's. It's not the same team they've had in the past. They don't have the athletes that they've had in the past.
86 points they've given up so far.
Yeah, and Progreso has a good defense. I mean, didn't really show last week, but against Porter it did.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
So if they can play like they did against Porter, where they're pretty stingy, able to capitalize on turnover.
So here's the deal, what we talked about at the beginning. It's like, okay, what team is that? Is it the first week? Is it the second week? The third week then will go to one column or another. They're either more like the opener or they're more like a week 2. So that's why it's huge for both. Santa Rosa's got a lot of pride, man. They've had some success over there. They're going to have to gut it out, though, right now until they get things right. St. Joe at La Villa. I'm telling you, man, St. Joe, for some reason, has been in my consciousness. Easy money, man. That guy's amazing. 207 rushing, 179 passing. St. Joe's got some athletes, man.
Yeah, freshman.
My God, a freshman. I
Yeah.
have to say that again.
14-year-old freshman, too. I found out that this out in Brownsville.
That's like old. There's a guy named Tommy Barker. You guys from Weslaco remember him. Came up to the varsity freshman year for Weslaco in '69 and scored a ton of points. He later scored 53, 54, three-time All-State. Now, if money can do that, then he's even money, easy money, or big money.
And I'm not poking fun at but there are some parents like to hold their kids back. They're like 18-year-old freshmen.
I know, yeah.
But he's a true freshman.
God, we got to go do something on St. Joe. They're playing La Villa. Now, La Villa turned up last week and really got beat bad by Taft. That's surprising. I didn't know Taft was that good.
Yeah.
Wasn't even that great a president. Anything in history. I know you're throw that in.
But La Villa. Well, look, when you lose somebody like Moreland, I mean, you're losing a lot of offense there, and so. In a school like that, you can't replace that. It's not like you can sit there.
Oh, we got that second team guy.
Yeah, so they lost a lot. So I think they're trying to piece together a team that offensively that they just don't have.
They got more pride and talent than that. Oh, by the way, you know Taft was the heaviest president, right? 300 pounds. You know what else he did? He was the first president to throw out the first ball of the baseball game. I think it was 1910. Anyway. It was a ball outside. Lyford and Raymondville. That's usually a great game, and I expect it to be again.
You like the QB?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, what's his name? John
Rivetta.
John Rivetta. It is John Rivetta. Yeah, John Rivetta. 317 yards. Lyford is not going to be no 1-9 or whatever it was last year. I think they're going to be better. Raymondville beat up on Gruya. Until we see whether the Gators are just having a tough year, then that's a pretty good win for them.
Look, we're going to know right now this week if Gruya wins, then Raymondville really impresses.
Right. That's what happens, right? I mean, the wins and losses become either quality or not based on what you do then later on down the road.
Yeah.
You can spend that any way you want, right? Well, Lyford at Raymondville, the Battle of Willacy County, they call it something else too. What do they call it? The Cotton Bowl, right? Or something. There's a new name that they use. I always knew it as the Battle of Willacy County. That's what the T-shirt said back in the '80s. Whatever. But it's a fun game, and I love it because you can see a lot of boots, hats, and jeans in that game. I like that a lot. Hidalgo at Port Isabel. So 47 points for the Pirates. Now they got to take on PI, and that's going to be tough, man. But boy, if you're Hidalgo, what a great opportunity. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being facetious at all.
No, and for Hidalgo, look, they didn't look that good for week 1. They got their win last week.
Yeah, they did.
And they're playing PI. PI, we were wrong.
Again?
Well, we were wrong.
You're retroactively admitting and going over bad things like a bad marriage.
Last week, yesterday, I got to see a shirt in Brownsville. It was a bedazzled shirt.
Yeah.
And I actually thought about purchasing it and wearing it, but there's no way in hell I was going to.
It didn't work. It was only a small.
But, look, PI is incredibly good on both sides of the ball.
What's the guy's name? De Los Santos. That's the new running back. Had a couple of touchdowns. A little mock. The sophomore quarterback ran for a couple of touchdowns. And the first game, he was 3 out of 5 for 59 yards and a touchdown. That's a PI quarterback. That's Isaiah. He used to do that too.
Yeah.
Throw a few times, don't get a pick, and one big play for a touchdown. So hey, so far so good. And like I said, check out the defense for the Tarpons. They got like 8 or 9 juniors. Ivan Gonzalez, number 15, is a defensive end. He's a player of note. They already had the line in place. It's beginning to come together for PI. That team could actually be 5-0 headed into district.
Yeah, but you like this next game though.
Which one is this?
Rio Hondo versus Sinton.
Oh man, it's a great game. The Sinton Pirates, they're like that recurring nightmare in Valley football history, right? So Sinton played an amazing game against Rockport Fulton. They lost 65-53. Yeah, they gave a bunch of threes in the fourth quarter and got in the foul trouble. Yeah. So Rio Hondo, what a great opportunity. They've only given up, 13 points this year? And they play a team that scored 53 but lost. What a weird thing. Yeah.
Do you think this team is going to be as stingy as that team with Shane Eisenberg?
Wow, yeah.
Do you think? Because that was a team for the.
It was. They had 3 or 4 defenses in a row that were pretty solid. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe we're going to find out a lot about Rio Hondo when they play against Sinton, because that's a traditional power, man. And so if they can hang with them, or if they can even get over the hump and beat them, then boy, then you know they're going to be a contender for the district title. I think they probably will be, even if they lose this game. But boy, to win this game, that your team will be high as a kite, and they'll come to school on Monday talking about, told you. You know what I mean? It's so good. Yeah. All right, Cigaroa at Valley View. Valley View almost pulled it off. I can't remember who they played, but it was 34-28. Was it PSD Southwest? No, Valley View. All right, let's look it up. That's why we had these numbers, so we can look it up here. I don't want to shortchange Valley View. They're just good as bad as anybody else. Oh, Zapata.
Zapata, yeah.
Okay.
And Zapata can put they have a high scoring offense that they have in the past with the backs they've had.
Well, maybe Valley View does too. So they play Cigaroa that's 1-1. You got to, sooner or later, you can only tell your kids Monday a couple of times, hey, that's all right, we're not like this, we're going to do this. They have to be able to come in and say, hey, we won. And so this would be great for Valley View. Cigaroa was not incredible. I mean, of course, they did beat Zapata, the team that beat Valley View. But that's just playing the numbers. That's Kevin Bacon stuff, man. Who cares? That is over with. And so Valley View, I want you to get a win. Take these cats from Laredo and whoop them.
Kevin Bacon.
Whoop them. Suck out. You like that one? That's good. Yeah, okay.
Something we really don't talk about a lot is Pharr Oratory.
I know, it's incredible. They apparently are the best at the halftime prayer. No, I'm kidding. the pregame speech, right? Okay, 0-2 against Lasada, 0-1. You got them. Okay, good. Again, one of these teams will be able to say that it won it. You can't underestimate having a win under your belt. Man, I don't care if it's 1A, 5A, 6-man, whatever. Do they play 6-man anymore?
No.
Is it 8-man or something like that? They changed it up. But it's probably 6A, 6-man. It doesn't matter. Division 4. I mean, it's so confusing now. I can't stand it. I love Texas football, but it's like looking at Chinese or something. I don't know what they're doing. It's incredible. All right, so Lasada playing at home. Oratory 0-2. I want to learn more about those teams. If there's anybody out there that can tell us some names, tell us some stuff. I mean, we want to be able to talk about all the kids and players in the Valley. So we need more information on that.
Yeah, we do.
Right.
And the next one we're going to talk about is
that I thought we already talked about. I had Santa Maria playing Santa Gertrudis, the cattle brand, but they didn't play. They're playing this week, and that team got a win. They're 2-0. So Santa Maria better look out. If you're looking for a small school action, man, both of those teams are playing pretty well so far.
Yeah, and Santa Maria, they're 1-0. Yeah. This is one of those, well, I don't want to say make or break games because it really isn't, because it's
nothing yet. But in terms of your momentum, you want to be able to win and win and win, and that way you can say, see what we did last week, let's do that again. Now go practice.
Yeah, where exactly is St. Gertrudis?
I think it's up near Corpus. Oh. Yeah, or it might even be in the King Ranch, because that's where most of those cattle are. So, anything else to note here? It was a nice week. We thought we were going to have bad weather. It ended up being all right.
Yeah, and this might be it's an interesting week. For teams like Lyford, they may be getting a player of significance.
Well, we can say, right?
Yeah.
Jaden Taylor. I'll tell you what, I was driving around thinking about him the other day. I'm not going to make any judgments about who did what to whom, but a kid only gets one chance to finish his high school career, and who knows what he's going to do after. And I happen to feel he has enough talent to play somewhere else, college-wise. But I mean, I'm not saying they need to let him play because he needs to play. But I mean, gosh, I hope that he gets to play. If he's worthy of being there, and if it's legal, I hope he gets to play, because life goes fast, man. I mean, you're going to think about high school the rest of your life. I'd like to see every kid get a chance to play, and we'll see what happens when the district committee meets. Is it like this week, or?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Wednesday, and the whole thing, it comes down to it.
Am I crybaby?
No, I agree with you, because look, a kid only gets you get that one chance, and we're all Al Bundys afterwards.
I know, well, that game, back in the day,
I mean. Hell, I remember every moment of my high school as far as the things I messed up on.
I do. I scored a touchdown against LBJ, and in the paper it said Greg Selber scored a meaningless touchdown at the end of the game. I read that. It was 23-7 we lost. I'm like, wow, it wasn't meaningless to me. You see those stupid media? Anyway.
Personally, I like to see the kid play just because. Why are you going to hold a kid back?
Hey, man, I mean, can you imagine Taylor rushes for 900 yards a game against 3A and 4A teams? Maybe it's just the stats. We want the slaughter. Let him have it. Let him play, right?
look, best of luck to the kid. I hope he gets to play.
And if it don't work out, and if that's the way it shakes out bureaucratically, we have to live with it. I'm not going to be picking on nobody. I just personally, emotionally hope that he gets a chance to finish his high school career. Plus, he's fun to watch. He's a heck of a player.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see this week.
Yeah, there's one kid at Lifey right now that hopes that he doesn't get to play. He's the first team running back, and obviously, maybe he'll go on to have 1,000. Okay, it's going to be a good week. Keep on looking at the forums, at the videos. We got a lot of YouTube stuff going on. I feel like we've gotten better each year. As you and I have gotten worse, but the show has actually somehow managed to stay all right.
Yeah, and I'd like to say thanks to our. We've got a few new writers. Well, John Cannon. We've got Eladio.
John Cannon, my man.
We got Eladio. I said
Eladio Jaimes.
Louis Veta and Eladio Jaimes.
Louis Veta. Those are veterans. Yeah. We went to the free agent mark, man. We got a second baseman, a left fielder. We got a DH. We're looking good. We're hitting the ball.
So yeah, and so. You know, it's a good time to be at 956 Sports because we've got great people coming in.
Yeah, I feel like that's the case, man. Well, we love what we do. Greg Selber, Jake Berry. Go to the games and have a good time and be civil to one's neighbor as well. Where the